plus movement, P plus movement, P plus movement, P plus movement, P plus movement.
Yes, sir, people. Again, today we're gonna have an international human discussion. I'm so glad. I'm so in the gratitude to introduce another good human to all of you guys. It's been a while. I was looking for somebody from Ukraine. For people who doesn't know, People's Movement. What I'm trying to do is I challenge myself actually to have at least one discussion with one person of each country of the world. Why? Because I want to spread experiences of all people. I want to spread culture. I want to spread hope and love and everything we can share to all the world. Because I think we can live in a humanity world that is peace and love, and in which we can all be connected together. So today, I'm really glad. I'm really happy to introduce to you Anna. How are you?
Hi, great. I'm doing great, and thank you for inviting me. And I think that your mission is truly passionate and inspiring.
Thank you so much. And as I always say, thank you to you to taking the time to talk to me, because I know time is precious; it never come back. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
So let's begin this. As I always say, everybody is like a unique book that deserves to be known, that deserves to be immortalized. So if your life was a book, what would be the title and why?
Mm, I think it's probably would be something around seeking the happiness.
Okay.
because because it's something that I was struggling with, and now I'm helping others with, and it's my passion.
Oh wow, I like that. Actually, that's a good title. That's good. That's good life journey. And for people who doesn't know you, can you briefly introduce yourself, please?
Sure, I'm Anna Bohuslavska. I'm transformational coach. I help people to bring in joy and fulfillment in everyday life.
Okay.
I'm mom of two, craft maniac, dance lover, and just passionate person about psychology, about spirituality, and all that human being experience that shared among the others.
Wow, that's awesome. I really like it. I already know that it's going to be an inspirational and human discussion as well. So thank you for that. So let's begin with a little bit of your background. Um, Tell me about your evolution from childhood to today. Who were you and who you became?
Yeah, my story wasn't one of the happy ever after stories, because my parents got divorced when was 2 years old,
Okay.
and I didn't saw or heard my father since then.
Oh
And I
wow.
basically was raised by my mom and her parents. And at that time, it was early 90s. It was economical struggle for our country. So
Okay.
my mom basically was focusing on providing food and a
Yeah.
roof for us, and there
Oof.
was lack of emotional involvement in raising me. So a lot of things that I got to go through, as every child
Yeah.
and teenager go through, I basically went on my own, figuring on my own what to do, how to do. And
Wow.
uh, it was tough, but I think it gave me a lot of gifts to being able help others.
Yeah. It makes
Yeah.
yourself who you are right now, actually.
Yes, for sure. For
Yeah, and
sure.
that's my next question. What obstacles have you faced and how you went through them? How you overcome them?
Yeah. Well, uh, except those struggles that I had through my childhood, I would say the most pivotal moment for me, one of the most pivotal moment for me, was when I got my first child,
Okay.
and I was really scared of my emotional reactions to his crying, to his neediness, and it really scared me, because I felt like this instant urge to stop him no matter what, and it it really scared me. So I went going learning deep why, and it helped me not only overcome my obstacles but help others, because I started the support group for parents, helping
Okay.
them to overcome those challenges, and I was
Wow.
leading it for more than 2 years. We had twice a month meetings each month in person. So it all was before the COVID hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, uh, and I think the second, the most like crucial for me struggle was it's when we moved here to USA, as
Yeah.
I am currently living in USA, and it was hard itself, like leaving all the friends, family, and so on.
Family and stuff.
But then the COVID hit. We could not travel. Well, basically, because of the world got crazy, we hadn't chance to see our friends and family since then. It's like been
Wow.
4 years. Yeah.
Wow. And do you think that's it's all that their challenges that makes you wanted to help people, parents, and all this stuff?
I partly yes, partly it's
Yeah.
just my nature because since the
Yeah.
childhood, everyone was like, "It's easy to share with you. You always listen. You know what to say." So
Wow.
it's part of my nature, I would say.
That's awesome. I'm kind of the same kind of person actually, so I know what you mean. What inspire yourself from what inspire you from yourself actually? Because I think we don't even think about it. We get inspired by all others, all other people and experiences, but what inspire you from you?
I think it's my sort of determination. If I decided that I want to pursue some dream or goal, it will happen.
Okay.
Maybe it will not instantly happen, and I will
No.
have struggles and bumps over
Yeah.
the road. Even the path to psychology, it was a struggle for me because since the childhood, because of this big empathy of mine, my mother always told like, "You're too emphatic. You cannot go to the helping field to the people," and I believed for many years. But now I on my way to MA in psychology and just pursuing my goals. So yeah, and I
Wow.
think reflecting back helps to like see it a bit from outside, and it inspires like you can do this.
Exactly. Yeah, that's so inspirational. Thank you for sharing that actually. And from all that journey you had, what lesson do you learn?
I think the most crucial one is that need to hear a lot of people. We need to believe in ourselves
Yeah,
because almost all people have experiences where they didn't do something or didn't even try to do something because they didn't believe that they can.
exactly. And there's too many people that are doing that actually.
Yes, yes, and I think when you start to believe in that it's possible, everything
Yeah,
starts like falling in places, and you're like, "Wow, what's happening? It's magic."
so true. And I believe it too. I always say that people are creator of their proper life, but they just don't know it. And it's sad because we can all be our superhero of our history.
Yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
think. And and today, where are you in your development? What are you up to in your journey?
I now developing my online community, Inner Bloomers. It's Facebook community for
Yeah.
holistic approach to our well-being because I'm a true believer that we cannot like approach our well-being only from one perspective. We need to take into consideration all embers, as I call them, environment, body, mind, relationship, and all that will bring the joy and fulfillment to our soul. So I built in that community and
Okay.
working on like generally just spreading the word that you need to believe in yourself and you have everything within you that you
Yeah.
need to be
So true.
happy and live fulfilling life.
Yeah. Wow. I recognize myself in you right now. It's so true. I think the same. And what's your objective with all of that?
Well, basically it's to help people to see that happy life is possible and not just shrunk the shoulder and say, well, it's life, it's not a dreams, but life could be dreams.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. We have to dream because if we don't, why we are living? I
Yes.
mean, life is being happiness. And I think that when you're happy enough, you can make people happy like you're trying to do. So that's so
Yeah.
inspirational.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And what is most difficult for you currently in this goal, in doing in achieving this goal?
I think the most difficult for me is like bringing in more awareness to people around, because
Yeah.
I trying to do it, but first of all, it's something that doesn't come to me natural, like building new connections and building new relationships.
Okay.
And second of all, when I moved like abroad, I first of all I lose all my old connection that can be like help me grow this, like spreading this message. First of all, language is different, like people is different, and so on and so forth. But
Yeah, it's
also
true.
sometimes I think I have, it's kind of plus and minus.
Okay.
Being from another culture and coming here, I see where the limitations set by the culture,
Yeah.
but people don't see it, and it's like, well, for me it's obvious because of this shift, and I see a bit, I think it's a bit wider picture that I see than most of
Okay.
people. Yeah.
So it's difficult for you to show them what you are
Yeah,
seeing.
sometimes they like just not taking it, because like, well, it's how they raised they didn't know
Yeah.
anything else. It's like shifting that big of perspective, sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, I know what you mean. People are kind of blocked sometimes, and they don't see. They're like seeing just what they know, and you
Yes.
have to overcome that. So yeah, it's difficult for sure, but it's a very well mission, I think.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
what does this journey bring to you?
Joy, pure joy, and
Wow,
fulfillment, because I'm excited to get up every day and like knowing that even if one person will hear something from me and it will help them, I'm already done my mission for the day. And
wow.
it's it's inspiring and fulfillment. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, huh? And I think that's the best gift we can. The best gift we can give to people. It's just making one life better. Like you said,
Yes.
it's kind of a victory at every time we did it, and yeah, I feel the same. And how do you motivate yourself to continue that journey? Because it's not easy, like you said.
Yeah, it's not easy, but I think when you find your like true path and
Yeah,
true passion, then all those obstacles, like, yeah, it's obstacle, but I will do it.
yeah. Like my friend said, it's not obstacles, it's challenges. And if you really see it like that, you're gonna overcome them. You're gonna find a way to just bright in all these kind of difficulties. Huh?
Yes, challenges and lessons.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And where do you see yourself in the future with all these objectives? Like, I mean, in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years.
Well, I see myself with this big community, passionate people around the world. I see myself um, spreading the world by doing talks, and I have a plans to write few books. So I have a big
Wow.
plan.
I
We'll
will
see
buy
how
it
it
for
lands.
sure. I will read it. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
We have kind of the same mission, international mission to spread peace, love, and happiness. So yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you right now.
Thank you. I'm
and
happy to be here.
and now let's talk a little bit because I think that what kind of a goal that I have in all these projects to talk with a person of each country in the world is because I think we can all evolve together as a world because the humanity is on the same planet as I was always say. And so I like to talk to people about their country, about what the concern. And I know that it's kind of delicate, as I can say, because it's Ukraine. But I think we have a good moment today to share peace more than ever. What is the biggest political concern in your country
Well,
for
except the
you?
war.
Yeah,
Except the war, I
yeah,
would say it's that our, I would say it like this: our nation, uh, through the history, went from a lot of suppression and a lot of like domination under us, and we kind of in between shifting phases from believing that our votes are important, our voice are important, we can choose and shift,
yeah,
uh, and and this old paradigm that whenever we do is nothing change, because even if you would look at our politician structure, politicals, a lot of them like said a lot of big words,
Yeah.
and people believe them, but people do not like follow with is this action do, like if this person do these actions or just telling the words. And it's a big struggle,
It
and
is.
it's more and more. And I think the future will bring more like stability in this question, when people
Okay.
will like connect the dots, that if the
Yeah.
person say it, should follow it, and if not, we need to choose wisely.
Yeah, exactly. And what can we, what could be done actually to help all of that? What would be your peace message for people that doesn't know really what's happening here? And I think, like I said, that we have a good moment to give a really well peace message. Because I
Well,
don't believe in war. Actually, I think we are all human and we should live like connected human.
yeah, and basically, if Ukrainians never wanted to start a war, and they never started a war. Like, we just defended our country because
Hmm.
uh, it's basically the question of survival of Ukrainian as a nation.
Yeah.
And we've been through that in a history, and it's like repeating story for our country for some reason. And I think that just focusing on the future and building what we want, and don't listen to others. Like, there's saying in Ukraine that in the old times that was better, but it was just a picture. And if you go
Okay.
deeper and educate yourself, you will see that it's not true.
Okay.
And a lot of people still believe this old paradigm, that like, but it was like, this was cheaper, yeah, but you should stay 3 hours in the line to get this cheaper, and
Yeah.
some
Yeah. Yeah. I
sort
know what
of
you
this
mean.
thing. So yeah, it's about educating, about being more conscious about your choices, and understanding that your choices and your actions is really influence the bigger picture. And it's
Wow.
all starts from like every single person in the country, and not like top politicians.
So taking responsibility of your life actually and just making it better so then people all together they can do the
Yeah,
same. Yeah,
if everyone will change, everything will change.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I think too. Wow, thank you. And you talked a little bit about education. What is education for you?
It's for it's shifted, I would say. It shifted through the years, because in our country we still have this belief that every single person need to have a higher education no matter
Yeah.
what. And
Okay.
after the school or college, we all go to the different university, to whatever specialty you can afford or you can step into, just to get this diploma, that after, like after graduation, you will just put on a shelf and never take it in your hands, and never use those knowledge. And I think
So
it
true.
started to shift a
Okay.
little bit. But and for now, for me, growing up, going back to the university, I know what I'm searching for, I know what I'm looking for, and I hope that it will shift, and every student that come to the first year of study will know why they're there, not
Yeah, I
just
know.
because someone told you need a degree, but because
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
truly
yeah.
passionate about the topic.
You need to do something you're passionate in. That's true.
Yes.
And education for me is not just school. It's also life. Just
Yeah.
being just trying to live better and better. I think you can educate yourself as well. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, for sure. Especially nowadays, there's like millions of courses,
Yeah.
educational. It's just, I think the system is not always that flexible, because you now
No,
can go online and educate yourself in a short period and have much more knowledge than someone with a degree.
it's true.
But to take certain positions, they still require the degree.
Exactly. Yeah. And do you think it's a problem?
Uh, I think it's a complex problem, because
Okay.
we cannot say that they don't need any degree at all, because
No.
how we can like see if it's person qualified, because like everything will fall apart if
Yeah.
but but also it's need to be a bit flexible. And I think we need to I'm not sure if Ukraine we have something like this, but I know in USA, for example, you can evaluate your experience and other courses and compare it to degree, and you will have like this paper that says that your experience covers the degree. And I
Yeah,
think it's a good step forward.
it is, but they have to evaluate more than this, huh? Because
Yeah,
it's like a beginning of
yeah,
something better.
yeah.
Yeah. And what about values? What values do you have within you that is important in your country?
Mm. It's one probably of the toughest question because uh, our people are very different, I would say.
Okay.
In some ways they are all similar, but in some ways they are all different. And it's true for every country, but I
Yeah.
think because of this history of being like forcefully detached from your history, from your roots, causing the bigger problem than in country that didn't experience that. uh, and for Ukrainians, it always was about family, about community, about unity. Uh, and I think we need to rebuild this like
Okay.
connection and bring in more unity, even more.
Yeah.
And we're kind of forced to speed it up,
Yeah.
but I wish it was not the case and we
Yeah.
were connecting more without
Doing
it.
connected, but in another way, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it would eventually happen, but probably in a slower pace.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And what makes you most proud about your country?
The dignity and strength,
Okay.
inner strength, and this belief in that we can resist, we can protect ourselves, we can stand.
Wow. I like that. I really like that. And what message would you say to people that doesn't know Ukraine? Because here we don't really hear what's happening. So what would you say to people, like as a peace message, as a message of hope for the humanity?
I would say that Ukrainian is very open-hearted and loving people,
Okay.
and they try. Basically, now they just try to live their kind of normal life,
Okay.
build future, raising kids, and we need help and support from other countries on this way. And I'm not talking only about like this big help that can provide the government. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like reaching out to people and say how can I support you, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of emotional struggle right there, because waking up every morning looking at your phone and hoping you don't see bad messages, and it's hard, it's emotionally hard. And it's hard for people who went outside of the country. It's hard for people who stays in there. It's hard for everyone, just in different levels. And just this like humanity support. How can I help you? How can I support you? It would be important.
Yeah, actually, you said it. How can people support you right now? Like the country, the people from there.
Help people who they're educate yourself why it's happening, because the story is constantly like repeating itself, history
Yeah.
in general and
Yeah,
humanity.
so true.
And when we forgot the past, it repeats itself, and we kind of remind it. So just really go in and educate yourself and help with what you can, even if it's just like saying, hey, how are you?
How you
It
feel?
still will be count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so true. So, do you have a message of gratitude to a dear person who helps you progress in your life?
Hmm. It's kind of hard to say, to name a one person,
Yeah.
because every person is supporting in any different way.
Okay.
uh, But I would probably say to my husband, because
Wow.
through all these years, he supported me. He gave me opportunities that I probably wouldn't give myself without like this nudge from the side and like, go do it.
That's
And
it. That's love.
yeah, and I think without him, I'm probably wouldn't be where I am now.
Wow. So we thanks him for sure. That's awesome. I love to see love, people loving each other. I think it's the best thing ever. That's awesome. Thank you for
Mm,
that share.
thank you.
And another question I like to ask people, because I think it's kind of introspective question. At the end of your life, what do you want people to remember you? What do you want people to say about you?
Mm. I think I would like for people to, at least for those who knew me, just to like remember and say like, she helped me, she inspired me,
Wow,
she inspired me to live better.
that's an awesome mission. I like that.
Thank you, and
Yeah, it's
doing all
you.
I can.
Yeah, exactly. It's human mission, and I really love it. It's kind of the same mission I have. So yeah, keep it up for sure.
I
I'm
will.
supporting you in that. That's for sure. And would you have something to say to people about Ukraine that we doesn't know, that we should know?
I think that most underestimated, I would say, is a deep, long time history and culture,
Okay.
because we has tons of traditions,
Yeah.
cultural art, and so on and so forth that not much people know, and even inside the Ukraine, because of history when everything Ukrainian was forbidden, books, theaters, classes, they were like burned, forbidden. Even I was raised in a Russian speaking school
Okay.
and Russian speaking city, and reason we were forced to believe that talking in Ukrainian is like to be in somewhere from like village and not like too clever and so on and so forth. So
Oh, really?
even yeah, it was that pressed and that suppressed that even we have like this language phenomena that we call surjik. It's like mixture of Russian and Ukrainian, because people who were in village and came to the city, they need to blend in and they try to like tell something in Russian, but they couldn't, and
Yeah.
vice versa. And so we have like this mixture language.
So
So
you kind of feel colonized. Like, I mean, you're not that free. Actually, that's what you say.
yeah, we we were forced like to be not who we are, and we
Yeah.
are rebuilding our culture and like the phoenix, our culture and traditions
Yeah.
evolve, and I'm happy to see it. And I think that a lot of people will enjoy it because it's beautiful culture and the beautiful traditions and art and all of that.
Yeah, I can feel through you. That's awesome, and that's big because I can do a big parallel with us because we're in Canada, but we're in Quebec here, and we're French, but the rest of Canada is English, and I think it's kind of the same thing. If you want to become somebody in Canada, you need to talk in English, but us here we talk in French, and we've been colonized, and they were all trying to make us English people. So I see a parallel
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's wow. That's a big thing I just learned right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
as,
for that.
as
And
I
then
said, we need to learn history. It's
yeah,
repeating
exactly.
itself
People need
constantly.
to read and share history because, like you said earlier, we all lose that history, and because of that, it repeats itself
Yes,
all the time, and that's bad.
yes, yes,
That's bad because I
sure.
think it's something that blocked the humanity to evolve.
Yes,
It is,
I'm
eh?
totally agree with it.
Last question. Why did you agree to participate in a discussion with me?
First of all, I love your mission because I really like being in touch with people from different countries,
Yeah,
and being from different country myself, I see how each culture is different and
it is.
beautiful, and it just I just like to learn something from other culture and as well as share about my culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have the same mission. It's what I want. I always say that people can learn from each other and can learn from um, all the culture, the experiences, because we all live in different country, but we all live in the same planet. So yeah, we have different culture, but I think we can take a little bit of each culture and make our own for ourselves because we are unique, and we just gonna become a better human for humanity.
Yes, yes. To
That's
save
it.
our
So
planet, we need to be.
yeah, exactly. So that's the end. So I will thank you a lot, seriously, for that. I hope you enjoy it, and
Thank
I would say
you.
thank you to people for listening to it.
Thank you for inviting me. I had the pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure and an honor for me. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.